Hey everybody, today we're taking a look at another Ashes deck comparison. Once again, I am comparing the pre-built decks from Plaid Hat Games. And today we're taking a look at Sembali Grimtongue, the Spirits of Memoria. And the other will be Xander Heartsblood, the King of Titans. I believe that's the one, because I only have a few left. Sorry everybody, I'm just kind of talking to myself. Anyway, so, Sembali Grimtongue. The only thing that changed on her stats, her spell board went to 3. But her old ability was Banned Manifestation. When a unit you control leaves play, you may discard 1 card from your hand and place 1 exhaustion token on this card to choose a target conjuration an opponent owns. That opponent must remove that conjuration from the game or remove all copies of that conjuration in their conjuration pile from the game. The new ability is Gift of Wings, which is a side action and exhaustion token and 2 basic dice. Remove all exhaustion tokens from a target ally you control. It cannot be guarded against for the remainder of this turn. So, the first thing we're going to take a look at, because it's only one change, is the conjuration, which for this one is the, come here, Spectral Assassin. So the old one had an attack of 2, life of 1, and a recover of 0. Same on the new one. The old one had the ability of Spy. After this unit deals damage to an opponent's Phoenixborn by attacking, you may draw a card. And then the new one has Sneaky Strike. When this unit is declared as an attacker, opponents may not play reaction spells for the remainder of the turn. Oh, that's the change there. The first card to have a change in the deck is actually a full name change. Used to be called the Veil of Reversal. Now it's called Purify. The old was a reaction spell. The new one is an action spell. The old one used to have a cost of 2 basic dice with the ability of, you may play this spell when an opponent would use a spell, ability, or dice power that targets you, your draw pile, your discard pile, or your Phoenixborn. Cancel the effects of that spell, ability, or dice power. You may choose a target ally you control and place it into its owner's hand. If you do, remove a target conjuration from the game. The new one is cost a main action with a basic dice. Choose a target ally you control and place it into your hand. If you do, destroy a target conjuration an opponent controls. A lot less text. And you know me, I really do not like cards that have walls of text. Speaking of walls of text, the next card to be changed also had a name change. Law of Banishment was the name of the card back in the day. Now it's Law of Grace, both at the same cost. The old one was, when this spell comes into play, choose a player. That player must place 1 exhaustion token on an unexhausted ready spell they control. When a conjuration leaves play, that conjuration's controlling player may discard an unexhausted ready spell they control. If they do not or cannot remove that conjuration from the game. With the abilities of Bound, this card cannot be discarded from your spell board when you meditate, and it goes away at the end of the round. The new card has those same bottom 2 abilities, but the main ability is when the spell comes into play, remove 1 wound token from your Phoenixborn. After any Phoenixborn is dealt damage by a spell or ability, prevent 1 damage from being received. The next one, straighten out here, there you go. The next one is Gates Thrown Open. I do love the names of the cards in this deck, I will say. The old one was a ready spell, and the new one is an action spell. The old one had a cost of 2 class from, I think that's purple. Yes, purple. The new one only has 1 purple. So main action of the old one, when a spell comes into play, select 4 dice in your exhausted pool and place them onto this spell on a side of your choice. You may exhaust dice on this spell as if they were in your active pool when paying the costs of cards from your hand. And once again, this cannot be discarded when you meditate. The new one's a side action and just an action spell. Remove 1 exhaustion token from 1 ready spell in each of your spell board slots. Oops. The next to change, Chained Creations. The old one was a ready spell, new one is an action spell. The old one had a cost of main and side action with purple and white class. When an ally is placed into your hand from your discard pile or from your battlefield, you may discard this card. If you do, remove a target conjuration from the game. I can't talk today. And of course, Respark is gone. We've talked about that already. The new one, main action with a white class side dice and then basic, and then it's deal 2 damage to a target conjuration an opponent controls. If that destroys the conjuration, after it is destroyed, place 1 exhaustion token on a ready spell that target opponent controls that has a printed effect that can place that conjuration onto the battlefield. Our next changed card is the Celestial Knight. There's been a cost change. The old one used to cost a white lion and 2 class dice. Had spiked skin. When this unit is dealt damage by 1 or more attacking or countering units, deal 2 damage to each unit that is attacking or countering this unit. With armored 1, when this unit would receive damage, prevent 1. The basic stats are the same. The new one has a cost of a purple class. It's not purple. Yeah, purple power, white class, and a basic. Armored 1. After this unit is dealt damage, prevent 1 from being received. And like I said, all the stats remain the same. We have Angelic Rescue. It's the last card in her deck that has a change. The old one used to cost purple power. Now the new one costs a white lion. The old one's ability: you may play this spell when an opponent would use a spell, ability, or dice power that targets a unit you control. Cancel the effects of that spell, ability, or dice power. You may spend 1 white class to attach an Angel's Embrace Conjuration alteration spell to that unit. The new one: you may play this spell after a unit you control is dealt damage by a spell, ability, or dice power an opponent controls. Prevent the damage from being received, and then remove all wound tokens from that unit. So those are the changes that were made to Sembali Grimtongue's deck here, also known as the Spirits of Memoria. Any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in a few seconds for Xander Heartsblood. Alright, so now let's take a look at Xander Heartsblood. He himself did not change as far as his Phoenixborn's ability, and in a big turn of events, there's been more changes to his conjurations than his deck. So we're going to start with his deck first. First change is Sacred Ground. It used to cost the lion side on the white dice. When an opponent would use a spell that affects all units or each unexhausted unit, you may discard the spell. If you do, cancel the effects of that spell. After a player has declared attackers, you may place 1 exhaustion token on this spell to have all units gain the following ability for the remainder of the turn: Armored 1, which is preventing a damage coming in. The new one just has white class. It's a side action as a ready spell and an exhaustion. All units you currently control gain the following ability until the start of your next turn: Armored 1. So, a nice way to make that card easier. The other card in his deck that has been changed is the Pain Shaman. The old one had the cost of the lion on the white dice and blue class and a basic. With Exchange Pain, after this unit receives damage, you may deal 1 damage to a target unit or remove 1 wound token from a target unit. It had attack 2, life 3, and recover 3. The new one has a cost of 2 blue class. Exchange Pain 1. When a unit comes into play, you may deal 1 damage to a target unit and then remove 1 wound token from a target unit or Phoenixborn. Attack 1, life 3, recover 1. So that's another change there. So now, as I said, the alterations were the big one as far as what got changed for him. So let's start with the Archosaurus mount, or Archosaurus mount, however you wish to pronounce that. So the old one had Gigantic 2. This unit cannot be blocked or guarded by any units with a life value of 2 or less. And that's the same for the new one. This other thing, Unsummon, which is a main action, discard this unit. And then Dismount Rider. After this unit leaves play, choose a face-down ally that was under this unit and dismount that ally. Now it's just Dismount. When this unit is destroyed, place any allies you own underneath this unit into your hand. And the stats are the same. Then we have the Shining Hydra. The old one was Regenerate Heads. After 1 or more wound tokens are placed on this unit as a result of damage, if this unit is not destroyed, attach a Shining Hydra Head conjured alteration spell to this unit with attack 3, life 3, and recover 0. The new one has Regenerate Heads. As a side action, remove 1 wound token from this unit to attach a Shining Hydra Head conjured alteration spell to this unit with an attack 1, life 4, and recover 0. And I should mention, You only get one of these in the new version. Speaking of the Shining Hydra heads, the old one was Terrifying 1. This unit cannot be blocked or guarded against by units with an attack value of 1 or less. Discard this card at the end of the round. And the unit got an attack +1, life +1, and recover +1. It still has Terrifying, but it only has an attack +1 and a recover +1. And where you had 7 in the original, now you have 3. And then the last change to the conjurations are the Cerosaurus mount, where we've got Overkill 1 on the old one. When this unit destroys a unit an opponent controls by attacking, deal 1 damage to the Phoenixborn. Also has the Unsummon ability, Dismount Rider ability as well, with an attack 3, life 3, and recover 0. And the new one also has Overkill 1, but the Dismount ability has changed. When this unit is destroyed, place any allies you own underneath this unit into your hand. So those are the changes made to Xander Heartsblood. I think he has some of the least changes out of all of the changes. No, I'm sorry. The Frostdale Giants deck had the least changes. But there you have it. So join us next time. We're going to be taking a look next time at 3 of them. Because they removed Jericho Kill from the game, we don't have an even number. So next time you'll get 3 Phoenixborn.